what, my beautiful people? I hope you all are doing well. As you know, the holidays are approaching, and sometimes the holidays can be a really difficult time for a lot of LGBTQ+ people. I know personally, whenever Christmas dinner is coming up and I know I'm going to be reunited with certain family members, I get a little bit nervous because in the past I have been insulted at holiday dinners with my family, and I have encountered people with opposite viewpoints. I'm sure a lot of you can agree and relate to this situation. I got a comment under one of my Instagram posts, and by the way, if you want to go follow my Instagram, I will put it right here. I got a comment asking how to deal with negative comments, insults, and unaccepting family members at holiday dinners and gatherings. And I saw this as an opportune time to do another Ask Keara holiday edition. Since I deal with this personally in my own family, sometimes I still don't know what to do when faced with these kinds of situations, and I have tried a various number of different ways to kind of diffuse such a situation, or, you know, I've probably done the wrong thing many times, and so I just want to help you guys navigate the holiday season, and that's why I'm making this video. So don't at me if you were like, Keara, I took your advice at my holiday and then everything went haywire. What is wrong with you, Keara? I'm just trying to help, so I'm not claiming to be an expert. But before we jump into the questions, I just wanted to say thank you so much, Audible, for partnering up with me for this video. One way that I personally have diffused situations that have gone kind of off the rails when, you know, a family member says something kind of insulting or homophobic to you and you don't know what to do, one thing that I like to do is just remove myself from the conversation, and, you know, if my emotions are very heated, I'll go in another room and try and do things that calm myself down. For example, listening to an audiobook. Audible has a huge selection of audiobooks available anytime, and if you want to settle down in a situation like this, I think listening to an audiobook is a really great idea. Invest in some self-care and give yourself the gift of an Audible membership this holiday season. And if you have any family or friends that would also be interested in this, now is the best time to get an Audible membership. You can listen on any device at any time, just on the Audible app. It's great for listening at the gym, in your car, or commuting to work. Since I recently became vegan in June, I've been listening to the audiobook The Joyful Vegan by Colleen Patrick Goodrow. There's a ton of really cool audiobooks on there concerning veganism, vegetarianism, and just nutrition in general. With my special code and offer, you can actually get 3 months of Audible for only $6.95 a month, which is more than half of the regular price. You can choose 1 audiobook and 2 Audible originals absolutely free. If you want to take advantage now of this special offer, you can go to audible.com/Keara or text Keara to 500-500. That's AUDIBLE.com/KEARA, or you can text KEARA to 500-500. Okay, let's finally get on into the questions. By the way, I waited till after dinner until my mom got home. That's why it's randomly dark outside now. And I'm also gonna get her in to answer some of these questions with me because honestly, my mom always knows best. Why not bring her in for a few of these questions? Wait, they're gonna see my pajama pants. Oh well. Here's my mom. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Catherine Greco.
Let's take a look at some of these questions. The first one, I feel like you're gonna get heated about this. Fashion criticism, always, because I don't look like a woman. This is what someone said.
It's just all about walking away and letting people have their opinion and not letting it really sink into you as a target something about yourself, because it's just about them and their preference and their lack of manners for saying something to you when it wasn't solicited in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. And at the end of the day, you're the person wearing the clothes. You're the one that should be happy wearing your preferred clothes. And if they don't like your clothes, that's fine because they're not wearing them. You know? Looking like a woman doesn't look like one thing. It doesn't look like a girl in a skirt. It could be anything. It could be a girl in a suit. That's just a really stupid comment. And I'm sorry that people are saying that to you. Next question is, I'm not out to all of my family, but I'm out to some. How do I balance that? If you don't want the other family members that don't know yet to know, then tell the people that do know not to tell the people that don't know. Does that make sense? Ask them, hey, you know, this is kind of private, or, you know, this is only between you and I, that, you know, I'm out to you, but I'm not out to this person, and I don't want the other person to know. Just don't bring it up, and hopefully that person will respect your preference. Next question is, how can you ignore all the insults and comments? It really hurts, but you can't say anything about it.
Here's the thing, is if you know you're gonna get certain comments all the time, like you get the same comment all the time, then here's something you can do. You can think about how you would respond and what you would say. And maybe even practice that, so that when that situation comes up, you're not becoming emotional about it, you're just going to answer it and try to educate the person. If that's what you want to do at that time, educate the person, because a lot of people need education.
Don't feel like you have to be this like stone cold strong person. Like, it's okay to feel those shitty emotions if someone is insulting you, but it's not okay for them to say it. So yeah, if you can, educate them. Next question, this is a good one. How to be religious this season when most churches don't affirm you? Well, there are a lot of non-denominational churches that you can go to that really don't care how you identify, at least in the place that I live. And I don't know what religion you belong to, but in terms of like Christianity, there are definitely non-denominational churches that don't necessarily have the strict rules of, like, let's say Catholicism.
There are. So just research around your city and see if they have just churches that think outside of the box. Churches that might have a little different name, not your typical name. Like, just research them, read what they're all about, read their mission statement.
And don't lose hope and don't lose your faith just because of, you know, a specific rule in your religion that says...
Because they're rules made up by someone.
Next question is, how would I bring my significant other to Thanksgiving/Christmas family dinner if family isn't supportive? If it's not safe, don't bring your significant other into an unsafe situation. You know, if you want to celebrate with your significant other, maybe pick another day outside of your family dinner to celebrate with them.
Like, why put yourself and the other person through that if you know it's just going to be a disaster?
Yeah.
Have your own little celebration with your family and have your own celebration with your significant other.
Yeah.
And just, you know, enjoy both company.
The question, do you have a boyfriend? No! If you don't have a boyfriend, just say no! If you have a girlfriend, that's not a boyfriend.
I feel like aunts and grandmas like to ask that because that's just their generation, how they grow up, and you know, oh, do you have a boyfriend? Oh, do you have a girlfriend? And maybe they don't know what else to ask you too as well. You don't know anyone an explanation either.
Exactly.
You're allowed to not have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or you're allowed to have one, and it's okay.
Next question, how do I show that I disagree with hurtful homophobic comments without outing myself? I think just not making it about yourself and not taking it personally. And if you do want to educate that person, if they do say something homophobic, say it in a very general way so that you're not referring to yourself, and say it in a very calm and collected way.
And also it's case by case and situation by situation. Like, you don't owe anybody an explanation. It depends on your relationship with them. If it's a stranger or an acquaintance, and it's not worth getting worked up over, just walk away and just like, okay, so you like spaghetti and meatballs instead of hamburgers, who cares? Like, you know, but if it's somebody in your life that's important to you and it's your family, then you might want to, you know, to educate them. It's hard not to be emotional for sure, but it comes with practice. The more you have to educate people and stand up for yourself and what you believe in, the more you do that, the more you practice doing that, the more comfortable you'll get, and it won't trigger you as much.
Well, this is kind of similar. Arguing with your validity and getting heated. How do I calm the situation down? Should I leave? And I think sometimes it is the best option to leave. Just collect yourself, sit in a room by yourself and breathe, and just realize, like, that's their own baggage. It just annoys me how, like, one person will say something out of ignorance and it will derail your whole Christmas dinner.
And I've got a good method as well. There might be that antagonistic person in your family that will just like their little digs constantly through the dinner or through the weekend or whatever, and it's getting confrontational or whatnot, and walking away is good too. But here's another thing you can do is just, with those kind of people, just say something really loving to them. Like say something, you know, authentic and sincere, and kind of find a nice thing to say to them about them, and kind of change the subject and show them love instead, and you'll see how people's demeanors will change. It's like magical. Try that one.
That's true, because if you combat it with more arguing and fiery passion, then you'll get more of that from the other person. But if you combat it with love, then the person might soften. Being misgendered by my family. That always sucks, and that's hard, especially if you just recently, you know, came out as transgender or non-binary and your pronouns have changed. Just inform the person that misgendered you of your preferred pronouns, and then, you know, if they slip up once in a while, they probably have to get used to it, so don't take it personally if they forget once in a while. You know, it's definitely something that they have to get in their brain. So, you know, if you've already told them and then they misgender you again, don't take it too personally. It's probably them just messing up and forgetting, as long as you remind them. And say like, yeah, this is who I am, and it's not a phase, it's not whatever, this is just who I am, then hopefully your family can recognize that. Navigating homophobic in-laws who tolerate you but still make comments.
Oh, the passive-aggressive type, those are my favorite.
That's the worst.
Because they can't see what they're doing. Like they know what they're doing, but they can't acknowledge what they're doing because they think it's like a subconscious thing and a conscious thing that's going on with them. So they think that what they're saying is fine, but subconsciously they know exactly what they're doing. And even if you confront those people, that type of personality, they will never admit it, and they will always be right. So don't waste your time. Don't even get angry. They're really not worth you getting upset. They're not worth it. No.
And limit your time with those people if you're not happy being around them.
You don't have to spend time with people that make you feel bad. You have a choice on who you choose to spend time with and how long you choose to spend time with those people. It's your choice and it affects you. So you're the only one that can make that decision for yourself and your health and your mental state.
The next scenario is grandparents saying that they, them aren't valid singular pronouns. Well, this is one thing that I like to tell people when they have grammatic issues with they, them pronouns is, here's just an example. You're inviting your friend over later and you tell someone, oh, my friend's coming over later, can you make dinner for them? The person would go, oh, when are they coming? Because you didn't specify the gender. In that case, they is singular. I didn't say like, oh, I just said my friend. I didn't say what gender my friend was. And so people would respond with, oh, what time are they coming? Or I would love to make dinner for them. That can still be one person. Maybe give that analogy if people want to hear it. And if they don't, then grandparents are just old and they are from a time where that was not a thing. And so, just understand that that's where they come from, and if they don't get it, sometimes you can't change people's
And also
minds.
We need to respect other people, their age, where they came from, how they grew up. We kind of need to not judge them as well and understand that they don't understand it, and it's okay, and not to be angry, not to judge them, and to respect them for where they're coming from too.
But hopefully they would be respectful enough to try and
Yeah, that's the hope, right?
Yeah. The next question is how to not feel so lonely when all your friends are with their family and you can't be with yours.
Sometimes you just have to feel lonely. That sounds very sad and lonely.
That is sad.
Yeah, so sometimes those feelings are not nice to feel, but it's okay. It's okay to be sad and to be lonely, and you know what? Feel the emotion.
It's okay to feel emotion, and it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel those types of negative emotions.
Obviously do things that make you happy, like, you know, enjoy your Christmas and go to the places you like to go to and eat the food you like to eat, but also at the same time don't judge yourself that you're sad and, you know, you wish you were happier, because they're emotions and you're human and it's okay to experience the full range of emotions, and they're not always fun.
Yeah, and a lot of the time you learn from those times in your life when you're sad or lonely because you have more time to think. It's a growing period.
Yeah.
Or learning period.
And don't rush to distract yourself from feelings. Like, let yourself feel your feelings, let yourself cry, let yourself be alone, and love yourself for that. And take the time for yourself. Don't always just distract yourself from your feelings.
Yeah.
They're important. They're there for a reason. They're usually there to teach us something and help us grow.
Good answer.
I know.
Good answer once again. When someone is homophobic, should I say something or keep quiet?
Also, again, who is the person? You know, again, are they worth your time and your effort and your energy? If they're just a random person, sometimes it's just let it go.
Let it go. Like, okay, if they don't mean that much to you,
you know, kind of like pick your battles.
Yeah. You know, as queer people, we do experience opposition a ton and homophobia and that stuff, and so it's so exhausting to have to fight that all the time, and, you know, definitely pick your battles. And that's the last question, actually. Let me go to my Instagram, see if there's any more. Someone said, this is a quote that someone told them, "You're being a bad example for your little cousins."
Guilt trip.
Like, you know you're not being a bad example.
That's mean.
It is mean.
It's mean.
That's so mean. My uncles always say, "What a waste."
Oh my god.
What? So it's like your sole purpose to have husband and children?
There's a piece of filet mignon, but you can't eat it because you got some teeth pulled that day. So what a waste. I can't eat my filet mignon. That's selfish.
Well,
okay.
Let's just end it there. Thanks for answering some of these questions.
Hope it helped.
Yeah. Have anything else to say? As a mom.
That will be $100, please.
Do you want a high five instead? Oh, that was bad. There we go.
Okay. Ow.
Thank you so much, you guys, for sending in all your comments, scenarios, and concerns on Instagram. I really genuinely hope this video helped you. It'll probably honestly help me in the future when it comes to Christmas. I'll probably have to rewatch it and be like, what do I do? I hope, in the least, I could help you feel less alone at the holidays and give you some helpful tips. Please be safe. Remember, your safety is priority, and I am sending all the love to you guys. Mwah! And thank you again for this video's sponsor, Audible. And remember, you can get 3 months of Audible for only $6.95 a month, which is more than half of the regular price. All you have to do is go to audible.com/Keara or text Keara to 500-500. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah!